The WCB Podcast, your source for all things Chicago Blackhawks and everything hockey. With your host, Jarom and Tanner. Let's do it. Jarom and Tanner.
All right, it's another edition of the WCB Podcast. It's Jarom, it's Tanner. What's up, bud?
Oh, just feeling good. Everything's good.
Hockey is back. It is in full swing. We are 1 week into the season. Blackhawks land, we got a little bit of everything over the first three games. You know, some ugly, some sad, and some fucking glorious.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, a little one of everything. A win, a loss, and an overtime loss.
Yeah, so we'll just get right into it. The Hawks start off the season 1-1-1. They kicked their season off a week from today as a recording when they took on the Utah Hockey Club for the first time in franchise history. And luckily this one was on ESPN, so I was able to watch it, or at least the first period of it. And
because it's also at 9 o'clock p.m.
That is true. In the first period from what I watched, my biggest takeaway is, God, I'm so happy for those players in Utah to finally be in an environment that wants them, that appreciates them, and to just have the success out there just by showing up and having a sold out stadium. Yeah,
dude, it's pretty cool to see that team. Holy shit. I've never seen this before on NHL's game cast, recap.
Yeah.
You can click on goal simulation. And it's basically like an X's and O's, which is really just circles with everybody's number that was on the ice.
Oh shit.
And it shows, really cool. It breaks the play down on what happened and how the play came about, which is kind of funny.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
Should have been called for too many men. Anyway, yeah, man, it was pretty incredible to get hockey back. The scheduling still is so fucking weird to me, because you put the first actual game as Seattle in St. Louis at 1:30 Seattle time, which makes zero fucking sense. I didn't know that they were some sort of hot commodity.
And it wasn't even a holiday. Yesterday, there's early games for Columbus / Indigenous People Day.
Indigenous,
whatever. It's Columbus Day. Sorry, canceled the podcast. But anyway, yeah, it was just kind of weird. I mean, they did it 2 years ago too, I think. They started out with San Jose.
Oh yeah.
And somebody really early. It's kind of cool that they do it, but they just gotta pick the teams better.
Yeah, why are you going West Coast with it? It's so dumb. It would have made more sense to put Florida-Boston as the first game, but I mean, they probably wanted them more prime time because it's becoming a pretty big rivalry. And I guess to get Utah on day one just to see how that goes, and then they're like, well, who should they play? It's well, throw Bedard there. Okay. That's kind of a weird fucking late night game for Chicago fans.
Yeah, but it wasn't about Chicago fans. It was about Utah fans. For all the things that they've deserved, it's about time they got something that went their way. They've been through enough.
It still started at fucking 8 o'clock in Utah.
I know.
So I'm pretty sure Utah's going off of mountain time.
I believe so.
It's just what the fuck? It's really weird. Anyway, Hawks started like shit.
At first shift, it looked fantastic. I was oh shit, the boys are buzzing. Here we go.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was just all Utah. And what the Hawks had.
Well, the first period was all Utah.
Right.
Broadcast, I know what you're about to say, but in the broadcast, they had one shot in the first period on this score sheet, apparently, or whatever they did when they review it. They say that the Hawks had 3.
Which I still couldn't remember 3 shots.
Yeah.
Honestly, I couldn't remember 1.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the 1. The biggest thing is they did come out better in the second and third period, even though I didn't catch the whole third. But in the second period, for sure, the biggest thing that was against them was the post.
Yeah.
The fucking posts they hit. There was wide open nets, post. Fucking get it past the goalie, but post. And you're like, fuck.
I mean, wasn't that like the whole game changer too? Like the Hawks, they lost 5-2 in this one, but realistically it was a 3-2 game, 2 empty net goals.
No, it was 1 empty net goal.
Was it 1 empty net?
Apparently, Lawson Krause scored. I fucking was asleep, man. But apparently, Lawson Krause scored after the empty netter.
Oh, okay. So it was a 3. So all right, so it was 3-2 going into it, and Bertuzzi, I think, hit the crossbar or something like that, and then that essentially was like the it right there. Like I think it was at the play that they picked it up and brought it in for the empty net goal.
I didn't see it. I honestly, like, I fucking went to bed right before Nick Foligno scored because I was going into my bedroom when I got the update that he scored. I was like, oh fuck.
I just thought too, like, so watching this game, the first period, and the real like, oh shit moment for this team was puck sitting like top of the circles in Utah zone, and there was one Blackhawks skating, and it was Patty Maroon. And he literally looked like he was trying to skate in sand. Like he was so goddamn slow. And I'm just like, oh, fuck. I think that was like the real reminder that this team is set to take steps forward.
Oh yeah.
But they're not gonna do a 40-point swing and finish the year with like mid to high 80s and sneak into a playoff spot. That's not gonna happen. And that was a nice reminder there.
But they might.
Weird things are happening this year so far in the league.
Yes, it's very true. Did Connor Murphy get into a fight? Oh yeah, it was like a not real fight with like Sean Dursey, right?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, it's funny that like Murphy has like slowly trickled down the depth chart because like he's third pairing, isn't he?
He is, like, see, I have the lines up for tonight.
Because it's Seth Jones with Alec Martinez and then TJ Brody with Alex Vlasic, and then it's Murphy and Kaiser. Except for this game, it was Murphy and Nolan Allen.
Yeah, Nolan Allen making his NHL debut. Good for the kid.
Sticking through. Yeah, I mean, he's still with the team too, which is nice. Yeah, we'll see if he gets some more shots, but I don't know if you got anything else from this game.
No, I was just going to say, so the Hawks lost 5-2. The Hawks points came from Teravainen gets the first goal for the Hawks of this year. First game back, assisted by Bedard and Jones. And then Foligno gets the second Hawks goal, Vlasic and Bedard on the assist. And the other thing too, not what you're hoping for from Mrazek in terms of goaltending here. But at the same time, this team just was not giving him any support and kind of hanging him out to dry a little bit too.
Yeah. One of the biggest things that was fucking brutal this game too was the power play. Holy shit, was the power play. Like, oh my God. Like the team was doing a lot better in the second period, like I was saying. But the second they would go on the power play, like all the wind from underneath their sails just went like,
yeah.
And
it just doesn't make
sense. Are you kidding?
I was looking at this. I think you have to go back in terms of full 82 game seasons. I think you have to go back to the 18-19 season for the last time that the Hawks broke the top 20 or broke the top 20 in power play percentage.
Power play percentage? That would make sense.
And I think that was 15th overall in the league. And it's like it always is crazy to me. Like on paper, this team does have the players that should be a very skilled power play unit. Like,
yes,
you have the guys that do it. It's just for some reason. I mean, this is a historic thing with the Blackhawks. Like, I feel like they've always have struggled on the power play a little bit.
I think that the thing about it is, at least this is the first game where they were kind of getting more, all in tune. Yeah. And the following games, the power play came through a bit. So I think that they got it a little bit fixed. The other thing I wanted to mention was Bedard 56% from the faceoff dot.
Ooh, I'm glad you brought that up because that is going to be a topic when we get later into the episode.
Oh, okay. Also, Kurashev was 61%, 61.5. Dickinson, 61.5.
So the Hawks follow that up against Utah with they continue. They're opening the season on a 4-game road trip. So then
just
they continue,
just like last year.
Yeah. So they head up to Canada, Winnipeg Jets. You know, the Canadian circus trip is a little bit early this year. Soderblom gets the nod in net for this one because Boursois is still out.
Yeah.
And this is a toss-up because I know me and you, we're I won't say high on Soderblom is the right word, but we like to give him a benefit of the doubt a lot more.
Oh, we don't shit on him like a lot of people do.
Yeah. So it was going to be a toss-up because wasn't really sure how he was going to respond. I mean, last year was a shaky season for him. And then he gets his first start against the Jets, who are on a mission to kind of prove that last year wasn't a fluke and that they are truly a playoff contending team. And he played his fucking mind out. Yeah. Like, holy shit, yeah. Soderblom just looked fucking fantastic out there.
Yeah, I mean, that was the story of the game. He made some great saves. Very solid. That did not look shaky, like, at any point during the game. Hawks looked better, too, to start the game. I think that's the biggest thing is, like, they really do need to get past, like, the first, like, 5 minutes, and then they kind of settle in. I feel like every time, especially the previous game against Utah, when they went down the first period and didn't play well, I was like, dude, it's going to be just like fucking last year, where they don't get their heads out of their asses to start the game until like the second period. This was like a nice change of pace from that. I mean, the story, like you said, is really just like Soderblom standing on his head. And for the most part, not a lot of penalties or anything during this game. There's only 2 on the Hawks and 1 from Winnipeg. So it was a lot of 5-on-5 play too.
Yes. So Soderblom takes a shutout into the final minute of the game, and it's just an unfortunate bounce, I think, for Scheifele just right in front for the rebound. He was able to get a pass, and it's just you see that and you're just like, fuck, man, he deserved that shutout. Like, he absolutely earned it. He deserved it. And it was like that last year. We were always like, can we just get him 1 win? The guy deserves it. Let's just get him 1 win. And this was that for Soderblom.
Well, it's the thing that's such a bummer too, is that like Mikheyev had like a slight chance to put the puck in the open net when he was like chasing it down with somebody else. They got tangled up. But like if he would have been able to just get that puck on net, like that game would have been iced. It's just such a bummer. Yeah. Like Scheifele getting the rebound where even Soderblom was like in position to make another save, but I don't think he was expecting the puck to stay on the ice. You can kind of see him like shift down like as quick as he possibly could because he thought like it was coming off the backhand of Scheifele. Yeah. So I'm assuming
he was diving too, wasn't he?
Scheifele was?
Yeah, was he kind of like
diving? Yeah, he was like really reaching out for it. Yeah. So I was assuming he was probably thinking that he was going to try and go for the wider part of the open net. And then when it went like on the ice in 5-hole, he was like, "Oh fuck," and like couldn't shut it down.
Pucks on net. That's all. I mean, that's really what it is. Like, just
so
get the puck on net, you never know.
That's the whole play leading up to the goal is Ehlers coming out of like the corner area and just getting it on net, and that rebound goes in front because like those, man, when you're on the post and like the puck's coming from the corner, like it's so difficult to like not direct a shot to the front because you have no movement to your left. Like in that situation, like your post is there. So like you can't really shift your angle to like the corner again or like behind the net. So if you're getting like anything to the right, like you either try and let it go past you and hope nobody's behind you to just tip it in, or you kind of have to kick it to a place where like you hope it's not going to land on somebody's stick. Kind of fucked.
Yeah. So with a minute left, it was just over a minute, but basically a minute left to go to overtime. And then the Hawks overtime, it should be used as a reminder of what not to really do in overtime and kind of, improve on this. Coach Richardson was not shy about calling out Teravainen for a weak shot that he took on net on this one, which led to, I believe it was the break back into the zone, which luckily Soderblom was able to, freeze it up. And then Kurashev just cleanly gets beaten on the face-off, sets up Scheifele perfectly, and just calls game 38 seconds in. So Hawks lose this one 2-1.
If you if you watch the goal simulation of this, it's actually kind of funny because they have all the guys entering the ice after the goal scored. Like you can see the team celebrating in the dot form. That's just silly. I don't know. Other big takeaway from this game was Ryan Donato. What a fucking rip that shot was.
Oh yeah,
just going short side on Hellebuck from like top of the circles, like near the boards. And also the fact that like Patty Maroon with the breakout pass there too.
Dude, like, I'm telling you, man, the bank pass off the board is one of the most underrated, like lost art form of the game of hockey. Like it is such a good fucking tool for these guys to use. But yeah, short side. Who does this guy think he is? Bedard? Like what?
Yeah,
the fuck?
Right. He's fucking picking up a thing or two. Must be the new kid that he got.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So that one, Hawks fall 2-1. I mean, it was great. It was a great response to the game against Utah. What I really took away from this one was post game Seth Jones talking about it, and he's just talking about how it was a great 59 minutes of hockey. Yeah, but that's just not good enough. Like you can tell this team they're done with the moral victories.
Yes, which is good. Like they want the real victories. And
they're not just gonna settle.
Exactly. And like this was a much better game that they played rather than against Utah, which is good because like Jets are a better team. Jets really are Hellebuck. Like that's the reason they're winning a bunch of games. I mean, they fucking smoked Colorado, but Colorado doesn't have a goalie. So can you really blame Colorado for losing that game? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But Hellebuck's a monster. Fucking the Hawks played well. Soderblom played well. Should have definitely got a W though for him. Like, yeah, it's one of those things you started to think like, do they not like him?
Right? Yeah.
Do the players not like Soderblom?
Do they hate this guy? Like,
question: Do they fucking hate Soderblom?
So that game was on Friday, and on Saturday, the Hawks, back end of the back-to-back game, coming in against the defending Western Conference champion, the Edmonton Oilers, who just got fucking embarrassed in their home opener and season opener to, I think this is the Winnipeg Jets, right?
Yep.
They got just absolutely embarrassed, 6-0 loss on their defense of the Western Conference. So we talked about in the preseason preview, be scared of a pissed off McDavid for being so close to winning the Stanley Cup. So if you're supposed to be scared there, you should be fucking terrified of a pissed off McDavid after getting his ass handed to him. And this one, it's crazy. This one on paper looks so much better in the Hawks' favor, but when you really kind of break it down and look at it, the Hawks were kind of lucky to pull this one off.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Like 5 on 5.
Really well. They finished very well.
5 on 5, the Oilers absolutely dominated this game. Like
they should have.
Right. Yeah. Like it was just like if Mrazek was playing anything like he played against Utah, this is a completely different game. But what we got was the Mrazek from last season in the key games, and the Mrazek that got the 2-year extension and his latest contract and all that. And what really was surprising is the 3-for-3 on the power play for the Hawks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
that's the good shit right there.
You guys were texting about the power play, and I'm like, I still can't watch the games, so I'm like checking. I'm like, bullshit. There's no way they're doing this well in the power play, and I check. I'm like, holy shit, they're doing this well in the power play.
Yeah, dude,
absolutely shocked.
It's a lot of. I feel like they're trying to get like they're really trying to just get pucks on net now rather than being like making the pretty, like get the wide open shot. Like it's like, dude, just fucking crowd the middle, get pucks on net. They have like a new like kind of set play that they're working. Also Teravainen is just ripping. It's great. I love it.
Dude, so Kurashev got his first of the year. I believe it was his birthday too.
I do think so. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was his birthday. His 25th birthday. He gets his first goal of the season from Wyatt Kaiser and Taylor Hall. It was a nice little set face-off play. Kaiser gets over to Hall. Hall puts it on net, and I believe it was a tip-in from Kurashev.
Kurashev, the puck was kind of like coming really
like
weird and slow, and it was like a shot / redirect.
Gotcha.
Like the puck was basically gonna die in front of the net, and then he just put it back the other side.
Gotcha.
Beat him real easy.
So that was the only goal for the first period. Second period, you got Scory Perry gets on the board with Jeff Skinner with the assist. The unmovable force versus we talk about this every time.
It's the immovable object versus the unstoppable force.
Well, force, yeah.
And the whole thing with this goal too is like you can't even blame Mrazek. It's one, it was a power play goal, but two, it went off of TJ Brody.
Wasn't a power play goal. Technically, it was. Technically, it wasn't. But the Hawks were still short. It was literally the power play was ending.
Yeah.
So they were down 5. Still technically 5-4 in the zone, but
yeah, the time was off on the power play, but they didn't have 5 guys. Either way, it still went off of TJ Brody and it's just kind of like one of those lucky fucking things that happens.
And then the power play starts for the Blackhawks. Seth Jones from Bedard and Teravainen. This combo here is just fucking working so well. And what did we say last year? Seth Jones, just work with fucking Bedard.
It's crazy.
What will happen?
Because he got him the puck first, and then Bedard gave it back to him.
Wow. What a concept.
The fact that they've assisted one another on a power play goal, and the fact that it's actually Seth Jones scoring the goal instead of Bedard has happened a lot sooner this year than it did last year.
Yeah, what was it?
It wasn't until like November or December that like they each had a point on the same goal on the power play or something.
Something like that, yeah.
I remember looking that up and being like, "Holy shit!"
I mean, and then just the movement on there, you know, Bertuzzi gets it over to Teravainen. Teravainen finds to Jones, Bedard back. And Seth Jones just snapping it home. Like it was just a fucking great combo there, and it's amazing. Like, yeah, dude, these guys are good. Like, yeah, like you give them the time, you give them like the time to build that chemistry up, and it's gonna fucking pay off. And I think Seth Jones is kind of on a mission to be like, listen, I fucking deserve this contract and I deserve to be here, and you guys need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully stays on that mission.
And then about 3 minutes later, Bedsy gets his first of the season with just a fucking snipe.
Yeah.
Entering the zone. Absolutely filthy. And just him going to the boards. Let's fucking go. Like after scoring. It was just everything. I was like, okay, the Hawks are winning this game. Like it's not happening. It's not changing. Teravainen and Brody with the assist on that one.
One of the things I forgot to mention in the previous game was I do like the switch out of Mikheyev for Nick Foligno. Like, yeah, we all know Nick Foligno is not going to be a first liner on other teams for the most part. I don't know. Maybe it would work out, but it just works. It just works.
Let Papa Nick be on the same line with his son. It's fine. Things will be fine.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's just, like I said, it just works.
Just works. Then the third period kicks off. Power play again for the Hawks 5 minutes in. And tell me if you heard this one before. Teravainen with a power play goal assisted by Bedard and Seth Jones. So that's now the third goal that these three, so far in 3 games, have combined together. Power play or not power play. Like these guys are buzzing together.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Draisaitl gets Edmonton a little bit closer, and then Teravainen, just for good measure, finishes up the 3-for-3 power play from Vlasic and Seth Jones. There's just a lot to love about this one. I mean, you take advantage of a team that's absolutely rattled right now, just snake bitten by, losing the Stanley Cup, and now they're just rerunning the script. They're creating a sequel that is uncreative. It's not even a sequel, it's a remake. They're just remaking last season.
They're doing a remaster.
Yeah. And it's just the Hawks they're getting the chemistry together. Teravainen and Bedard are going to be a fucking great combo.
Oh, dude, having Teravainen back and like having it work immediately, it's one of those rare times where like the Hawks bring back somebody and you're like, oh, this one actually, it's working. Like, we're not just trying to relive the old days. Like, this is fucking sweet.
See, take notes, Bowman. You bring back a player that can actually contribute, not a guy that's past the point of really, his former self.
Pretty much.
Didn't even think about this. It's kind of nice the Hawks beating Bowman. You know? Like, completely forgot about that fact of it. Seth Jones, 800th career game too.
And wasn't it like his 100th goal or something?
No, it wasn't. Somebody said that, and it's not true. He's got 91 career goals and like 3-something assists. So like there was no milestones. Like I was seeing that everywhere too.
Maybe it was like he's about to hit 100, but that's got to be, he's got to score a way more than he had. Dude, I don't know.
He's about to hit 100. That's like, at his rate, that's like 5 seasons from now.
No, it's not. He hit 8 last year.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Remember? Because he scored like 5 goals in like 8 games in March.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot how he turned it up at the end there.
Yeah.
Shit.
But if he's snapping it around this year in the fucking power play, he'll get so many more chances.
Yeah, never know. Mrazek, 36 for 38 with a 947 save percentage. One power play goal against, one even goal against. So the Hawks wrap up their first week of the season 1-1-1. 3 points out of a possible 6. They play tonight against Calgary, who has been a big surprise this season so far. But we'll talk about that in a little bit here. Before we go in, so instead of doing 3 stars this year, let's just do player of the week. I mean, I already posted up on Instagram who I picked for the page, so we'll just do it for future. I picked Teravainen.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so it was Bedard or Teravainen, but Teravainen
was a +2.
Yeah. Yeah, +2. So he's now what, -42 for his career?
Yeah,
something like that.
Wait till it gets back to even.
Yeah,
it's happening this year.
So Teravainen, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points, +1, 2 power play goals.
He also has a game winner. A game winner as well. What the fuck?
Let's go.
The kid is sick.
Let's do some early reaction. Or not? You want to do the look ahead real quick first?
Yeah.
All right. So tonight they're playing the Calgary Flames. Puck drop 8 p.m. On Thursday, they are kicking off their home part of the schedule with a matchup with San Jose Sharks and Will Smith. Can't say Celebrini, although he potentially,
I think he's available.
He could be back.
He was put on IR, and it was like for a minimum of a week, but I think it's from their
injury,
season opener,
which I think
was it Thursday or was it Wednesday?
Wednesday. Yeah. I don't know. It'd be pretty fucking cool if Celebrini can make it for this one and see the past 2 first overall picks.
Yeah. When did they play? They played on the 12th and the 10th.
What? The 10th was Wednesday.
It was Thursday.
No, Thursday. So yeah, so 7 days would.
Yeah, tomorrow. Wednesday would be 7 days.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, that's definitely something to keep an eye on there. Then on Saturday, they have the Buffalo Sabres into town, which I finally get to watch a game because I will fucking be there. Let's go.
Oh, you're going to go? Nice.
Yeah. And then Tuesday, a week from today, It is what are they calling it with every single team playing?
Frenzy,
Ice Frenzy or something like that.
the
Whatever. Every team plays. So Hawks play Vancouver with puck drop at 7:15, which is always interesting.
Because it's like 15-minute increments, right?
Yeah, every 15 minutes, like team plays. So, all right, early reaction, 3 games in. What off the bat? I got a couple things to talk about here, but what off the bat is a reaction for 3 games in for the Blackhawks for you? Whether it's good, bad, surprising.
I like how they improved throughout the week.
Yeah,
I think that was great, especially as the teams technically on paper are getting better as the week went on, and the team got better as the week went on. So I think that was fantastic. And the slow start shit from like the first game didn't really happen in the next 2, and I was like, okay, cool. Like hopefully that's not the theme again this year. Goaltending solid again. Bedsy's fucking disgusting. Teravainen is like the new better Kurashev on his line. The more proven type player. Kurashev's still pretty good, dude. Kurashev went from playing with Bedard and like whoever else on that line to getting like pretty decent line mates with Bertuzzi and Taylor Hall.
Kurashev is literally Woody from Toy Story when Andy gets Buzz Lightyear and just, I don't want to play with you anymore. He just wants Teravainen's wow, I'm blinking on the name. Buzz. There you go. Jesus Christ. So a couple things I've written down here. And whether it's an overreaction, something to be concerned about, or something not to be worried about at all. Lucas Reichel not getting into the lineup 4 games in because he's already going to be out for tonight's game. Concerned at all about that? What do you think needs to happen there? Like, is this really kind of getting to a change of scenery situation for him?
I don't think so. I think that the Richardson probably made the change for game 2, where he pulled Craig Smith and put Athanasiou in.
Yes.
And then I think he just liked what he saw for that game and he just rolled it back. Because, I mean, same thing. Wyatt Kaiser came back from being sick or whatever, and he slotted him in game 2. I think it's really just he liked what he saw game 2 and decided to run with it again game 3. Forgot to mention about the how they played so well in the third game is because of like the short shifts. Like they mentioned, I think Rick Ball mentioned it in the broadcast, that the shifts for the Blackhawks against Winnipeg, not average. The minimum was like, or the shortest shift was like 35-ish seconds, and the most was like 48. That was it. Nothing over 48 seconds in a shift for anybody. So like their legs were pretty like still good for Edmonton, which they absolutely needed. So I think that kind of game management was pretty great. But I don't think it's anything to worry about because I think, when somebody starts to falter, then he'll get a shot. I think I don't know if it's a lot of pressure. I feel like there's so much pressure on them, and he's only 22.
And kind
of crazy.
And again, I say like I want this kid to be successful. It's hard to see it, like, him being health bound, especially on this type of team, It's like, it's kind of weird that you could pull out. I mean, not weird. It's just weird that he's not being like considered next man up kind of thing. You go Anthony, you put Smith back in the lineup before giving him a shot. That's the one thing that I'm kind of like, okay, is there something else more here?
Well, I think it also goes with they pulled Craig Smith out and put Athanasiou in because I think that wasn't he playing center?
Yeah, and this Anthony is moving the center. Donato's out as well. So up the middle, it's Bedard, Kurashev, Dickinson, and Anthony.
Oh, that's for tonight?
For tonight, yeah.
I think, because I don't think the whole Reichel at center experiment, like, wasn't a good idea.
It also sucks for him too, because it's like they don't give him a chance to like get used to something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, we're gonna put you at center, and then boom, you're off at center, and you're back at wing. Boom, you're health bombed. Like, it's just the kid needs some consistency to just go.
Yeah, maybe right now it's just a lot of like, hey, we just want you to observe, because sometimes that's all it is. Is just like, watch the game, be with the team, practice with the team, take it all in, like calm your nerves, calm your head, and like we'll get you in there when we think it's like the right time.
Yeah. All right. Bertuzzi slow start. Any concern there?
No. I've never really thought of Bertuzzi as like a big point getter in the first place. That's not like the type of game he has. I always think of him as like the guy that drives the net, crashes the corners, and fucking like is there to stand up for guys too. Like he's like a grimy fucking grinder type guy, like power forward, but like I don't see him being like point per game.
Yeah, I'm trying to find him here. I mean, yeah, his career high was 62 points back in 21-22. But after that, 14, 16. Well, technically that's 30 for one because it was the trade. I hate when they do the split like that. And then 43 last year with Toronto. So and I think he's a slow start guy anyways too. I feel like all of his points with Toronto came back like a month or so into the season. It was like when he really started like picking up points. But yeah, I mean, he's the type of guy that you buy for the grit, you buy to get in there, muck it up. The Brad Marchand type player. So
yeah, I'm not expecting him to rip one from the top of the circle's top cheddar. Like, no, he's banging bodies in front of the net and fucking slamming it home.
Yeah, as long as he's creating some sort of reaction out there, he's doing his job.
Yeah. And I think like him being on the first line power play, like you can see, like I'm probably standing in front of the net.
Yeah.
Or actually, it's either him or Foligno. I think that's kind of good.
Yeah, I think they got him kind of like on the sideboard.
Yeah, on the same side that Bedard's kind of on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so the last thing I have here, you mentioned Bedard with his 56% face-off percentage in game one.
Yeah.
And then it gradually goes down. 56 against Utah, 31 against Winnipeg, and then 1 out of 10 draws against Edmonton.
Yeah.
Listen, he's a 19-year-old kid. It's going to take time and all that.
Yeah, I mean, and then the other thing you got to think about is like the guys he's going up against with Winnipeg and Edmonton. And Scheifele. Like, though, like him going against the guys in Utah, like they're not super like well known for faceoffs, and he
on par.
Was over 50%. You get him with the guys that have been taking faceoffs in the NHL for 10 plus years, that are first line centers, second line centers on those types of teams.
Yeah. Like, so let me preface this question with, I know you got to let the kid develop. You got to give him time and all that. And it's all going to come with it. So I know that this is all devil's advocate. Let's have a conversation, kind of hypothetical here. They pulled him off center last year towards the end of the season, moved him to the wing, saw success there. He continues to struggle. He continues to struggle with his faceoffs. I mean, he last season finished almost 30% below the top guy. Again, different circumstances and all that kind of stuff. Whatever. How long do you think they give him to figure out faceoffs, like legitimately? Like,
until the Hawks are expected to be in the playoffs.
Okay, that's fair.
Because like if the Hawks are not expected to be in the playoffs, let him fucking take the draws. Let him get the experience. Like, he's the type of player that's gonna like get better by just doing it all the time.
Right. I agree. It's just one of those things that you don't want this to be the situation when you need a key face-off win and you've got your best player out there and he's won 2 face-offs out of however many he's taken all day. Yeah. And then go win this. Like, yeah, it's just, I really like that. Yeah, I like that up until the time. And then I think it also gives some time to see who in Rockford can develop into a solid. I mean, they're searching for their 2C. Like they need to develop that. So who knows? Maybe somebody can come in as a 1C and let Bedard move over to the wing on the top line. Who knows? Yeah. Again, before anybody comes at me, I know give him time. I'm playing devil's advocate here. Calm down. Yeah, so that's really all I got for Hawks. I mean, you got anything you wanna bring up? A week or a prediction going forward or anything like that? Or
you want a quick prospect update?
Oh yeah, Korchinski with a fucking filthy goal in Rockford.
Oh yeah, that's true. Sasha Boisvert, 1 game played in the NCAA, goal and an assist.
Let's fucking go.
Nick Lardis, 8 goals in 6 games. We got 11 points total right now in the OHL. Let's see. AJ Spalacy.
I was about to say, how's our boy AJ doing?
He's got 6 points in 5 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, 7 PIMs.
Oh, fucking
I think it's just that they're fucking one fight pretty much. Rinzel's got 2 points in 2 games with Minnesota. Let's see. The Ice Hogs have only played 1 game, and guess what? Like basically everybody's got a point. Samuel Savoie, 1 goal. Colton Dock, 1 goal. Korchinski, 1 goal. Slaggert, an assist. Nazer, assist. Gavin Hayes, assist. Even Louis Crevier's got an assist.
Dude, Rockford, Calder Cup champions. Calling it right now. Let's go.
Wild.
Take that with the motivation up until get those kids up and ready to play meaningful games in Chicago next year.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, who else? Martin Misiak's got 4 points in 4 games in the O. Ryan Green's got 3 points in 2 games with Boston University. Even Aiden Thompson, he's got 3 goals in 2 games at University of Denver.
Dude, we're gonna be so good if half those guys hit. Like
the fact that Sasha Boisvert had gotten a goal and an assist in 1 game so far is like, dude, fucking just go, keep going.
North Dakota, right?
Yeah. I'm curious. I don't know who they played. I'll look that up if you want to find out. Go and move on.
All right. Well, while he's looking that up, we'll move on to NHL talk here to wrap it up. First weekend, most teams play 3 to 4 games. New Jersey has got a nice 5 game already, thanks to their visit overseas to kick off the season. There is currently 4 teams who remain undefeated in regulation or overtime. They have not lost at all. You got Vegas, Dallas, Calgary, and Winnipeg. Calgary's the biggest surprise out of that one. Who do you think is the last man standing out of those 4? Not gonna be Calgary. Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking it up on who North Dakota played, and it was Providence College, or University of Providence. I don't know what they go by. Actually, I do know what they go by because it's Providence College. Because the Hawks have 3 kids on Providence College. John Mustard's there. I'll tell you that.
Let's go, Mustard, baby.
Okay, so what was it again? It's Calgary, Winnipeg.
So Vegas, Dallas, Calgary, Winnipeg.
Oh, Dallas.
Who is the last team standing there?
Dallas. It'd be funny actually if it's going to end up being like Dallas versus Winnipeg, like some game soon. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think Vegas is going to lose here soon because they're playing against Logan Thompson in Washington for a revenge game.
That's pretty sick. That's going on currently.
They don't play Dallas anytime soon, Winnipeg.
Okay. Let's see. Dallas plays who they got this week. They got San Jose, Washington, and Oilers. Unless the Oilers figure it out, I think they keep their streak alive this week. I mean, Washington can play spoilers for 2 teams right now.
Winnipeg doesn't. Jesus Christ, Winnipeg doesn't play until Friday.
Oh, and they play San Jose. San Jose is going to beat Winnipeg. Watch that happen. That'd be fucking hilarious.
That'd be great. Yeah. So those are your top like 4 teams or top undefeated teams right now. New Jersey's sitting with 8 points right now, the top dog. Again, like I said, though, they have an extra game in hand on everybody. What are you more surprised about right now?
Calgary doing well, I think, is pretty surprising.
How about Edmonton 0-3, Colorado 0-3, Nashville 0-2?
I think Nashville's more surprising out of those three. Just because Edmonton's goaltending is not anything special. Like Stuart Skinner played really well in the playoffs, but like they had this issue last year, and then Colorado's goaltending is just not good. It's the fucking Antti Niemi goaltending situation, but they can't fucking buy a save.
I'm trying to find the post I saw about it with. Yeah, here we go. So through 3 games this season, the Colorado Avalanche have allowed a franchise record 20 goals against, surpassing the 1984-85 Quebec Nordiques allowed 18 goals in their first 3 games.
Jesus.
And Georgievich is looking like shit. Like there was a goal that came out well out of his net for a poke check, and literally just got toe dragged and just tapped in the net. Like,
yeah, he's not doing it.
The other winless team, Carolina, they've only played 1 game because they've had a game postponed due to the Hurricane Milton.
The hurricane season was over.
And then the Capitals, obviously 0-1 right now. San Jose Sharks 0-1-1, and Buffalo just going against the Tanner guarantee, starting off hot and then finishing weak. They're starting off weak, so are they gonna turn it up and go on a run?
I don't think so, but
pull a Uno reverse card on you.
That would be great. Do it.
I mean, they fought in practice. They followed the St. Louis.
Well, they're 1-3. Who the fuck did they beat? Oh, they won. They beat Florida 5-2. Hilarious. I don't know.
We have Vancouver 0-2, so winless, but they have 2 points. Good for them.
They're doing it the hard way. They're just going to finish the season with 82 points.
That'd be amazing.
No
still
wins,
somehow
no
make
losses.
the playoffs, and still somehow make the playoffs.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean that's the first week of the season, so it's kind of hard to really judge much by it because, as you can see, there's some very good teams at the bottom. There's some very okay teams at the top. Everything is gonna just balance out eventually here. So yeah, unless you got anything else, we can wrap this one up here.
I mean, I'm excited. There's been a lot of like cool shit happening. Just
fun, man.
Montreal starting hot or kind of hot. Like I guess Cole Caulfield starting hot. Ottawa have they figured it out? Is Allmark the answer for him? Like
as he was injured in the game, or he didn't play last game because he was hurt, and then they win? They win or lose 8-7.
Oh fuck them! They won.
Yeah,
OT against LA, fucking 8-7. Holy shit! That's so much fun because baseball playoffs are going on right now, and that's what you would have think. maybe a baseball score. Like holy shit, bud. Yeah, man, fucking
Utah up there, man. It's just
fuck. I really wanted to check out. I completely forgot, but I wanted to see the beginning of the Columbus game to see what they do. But I'll just catch that. I'll catch a replay of that, I'm sure.
I'm surprised it's not. It'll be already on social media to make everybody cry.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking. Come on. Oh, Dylan Guenther. Just fucking. What has he got? Like 5 goals at this point? That's a surprise. But, like. Goddamn. Gotta love it when, like, just random players are like, yeah, I'm just going to score. Yeah, he's got 5 goals. Leading the league, 5 goals in, 3 games or some shit?
When Paul Cotter.
Yeah, that is insane to me. Fucking 4 goals. And he was like a 3rd or 4th liner in Vegas. 4 goals, 1 assist. They trained Alexander Holtz for him. Also, Jake Allen's got a .5 save percentage.
Jake Allen, the first goaltender in NHL history to beat 33 teams.
What? Oh, because of Utah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and technically they're a new franchise. Well, so here's the thing. I got a question for you. Is because Morello wasn't able to secure any kind of land for a stadium.
I never go with this.
He apparently relinquished the Coyotes property. Is that not now part of Utah? Or is that it's just dead?
NHL owns it.
NHL owns it. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Winnipeg history and the Arizona history is just now located within the NHL.
Correct.
Gary Bettman just has it in his closet at home.
Yeah. So, and I'd be interested to see if they do, because they keep talking about, they're going to go back to Arizona when it comes time. And it'll be interesting to see if the expansion team, if they're going to be like, all right, here you go. Here's your history.
Yeah.
And or if anybody's going to be like, nope, not touching that. I want our own thing. We're starting fresh.
I feel like this is going to get revitalized. So I feel, maybe do something different.
They bring back Arizona, and then they're like, okay, Utah, I got to give your players back to them, and then you can do a real expansion draft.
And then Utah gets a whole new team. You have to give all of your staff and players back.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the expansion draft for the Arizona team is just everybody from Utah.
Yeah.
And then they also have to take back whatever trades that were made. So they're like, okay, Sergachev, you can stay in Utah, but we get JJ Moser back from Tampa.
So does everybody drafted by Utah go to Arizona since they're technically their Arizona draft picks?
They're not. No, only the ones that were drafted while they were Arizona.
But what about if they were traded to Arizona?
Tij Aginla is Utah.
But that was Arizona's draft pick.
They didn't use it. If you don't use it, you lose it. That's the whole thing.
All right, episode 294. What do you want to call it? Back on the naming it after the whole.
It is fucking weird. I always want to just be first one of the year is always we are back. Hockey's back. Fucking. I don't know, man. You know what I just realized is if you turn Connor Bedard's number.
Wait, what? You just said. I got you.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You just saw the hand motion. I don't know.
I saw the hand motion, and you looked
I said,
and you were waiting for some big mind blown thing. And I'm like, I don't know what you fucking said.
I said, okay, if you take Bedard's number 98, fucking turn it upside down, you get Tara Vinen. That's where the chemistry lies.
The yin and the yang.
The yin and the yang. Oh shit.
Too bad we can't do symbols for the episode title.
Yeah. I know, and it's so late in the episode to be it's the yin and the yang. But no. I don't know, fuck man. Hawks are back, baby. That's what it's all about.
How about just it's turbo time?
Oh, turbo time is on. Or it's I'm feeling returboed.
I'm not calling it that, but I may have a new fantasy team when we get off of this.
Yeah, baby. Turbo time is back. Let's go.
All right. So check us out on your favorite podcast app or streaming site or feed, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the big three. Social media at WCB Podcast. And we'll see you on the next one.
All right. Love you, boys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the WCB Podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast. To connect with Jarom and Tanner, check out the boys at WCB Podcast on all social media. We'll see you next time.